Hello everyone, I am Rachel from mercifulmornings.com, and on this channel you are going to find the education, encouragement, and support that you need for online teaching and for daily life. Today we are definitely in the classroom because I've had so many questions lately about how to deal with the more challenging students in the online classroom. So I want to give you my feedback, my tips and tricks that have worked for me over the years as an online teacher, not for one specific company. I'm going to give you a few different ideas of how to deal with those challenging students for classroom management and also parent feedback. It's very difficult sometimes to say, hey, your kid was a pill today. So we want to be sensitive in how we do that. So this is going to be all about that today. So if you haven't already, be sure you are subscribed to this channel. Click the bell so you get notified when the videos go live so you don't miss anything. All right, so today, one of the most recent questions I've been getting from multiple teachers is, how do I deal with those challenging kids in an online classroom? When you're teaching in a regular classroom in a brick and mortar school, you have a little more control in the classroom. You have a little better handle on classroom management. But when you are on camera through a computer, and for some of us, maybe you're across the world teaching kids that are over in China while you're in America, it's kind of hard sometimes to get them to do what they need to do. So I want to give you a few suggestions that have worked for me. Now, some of these you might go, yeah, I'm totally not doing that. Pick what works for you. Try a few out and see what works. Okay, so if I've got a kid who just absolutely will not sit still, you've got to try to make it more physically engaging. So if you are teaching about colors in that particular class, maybe the color you're teaching is red and you have them look around for something red. Because if you're just going red, the flower is red, the apple is red, you're just trying to get them to repeat things and they are all over the place. They're going to be more engaged if they can physically do something with you. So go on a scavenger hunt around the room. Oh, look, I have something red. Do you have something red? This can work for your clothing. If you're teaching clothing, letters, something sounds. Oh, I have an apple. Do you have an apple? Try to come up with things where they can physically be involved in the lesson. Some lessons, this is more challenging than others, especially if you're needing them to do something on the activity, but just try to be creative and come up with something they can physically do with you to be learning the content. It's okay if you don't go exactly by the script on your lesson, just try to get them engaged. Okay. Another thing you can incorporate is music. Now, some of you are going, Rachel, I don't sing. And I know that's something that I do a lot of. Just about every video, some of my friends laugh at me because hello, that's how I start my videos, but my background is vocal music. And so it's a lot of what I do. But if you can incorporate music into your class, and even if that just means if they've wandered off screen, okay, where is Johnny? Where is Johnny? Okay, anything to go. Oh, she's singing. What is that? I like music. Kids are really drawn to music. If you have sentences that you're reading, if you can sing them or ask your question just kind of with a musical hint to it, like, what are they doing? Okay, that's going to grab their attention a little bit quicker than if you just say, what are they doing? It's more fun. You're going to feel silly, but you are teaching children. So especially for the younger kids, this is going to grab their attention. Even for the older kids, if you're teaching teenagers, I promise you, if you ask a question in a singing voice, you're going to get their attention. They may think you're nuts, but you're going to get their attention and they're going to come back to you. So music is always a good tool. Now, there's always the fallback that you do have to pull out sometimes. And if you are a parent, you've got these skills in your pocket. We don't always like to pull them out for teaching, but there's the mom look, the mom voice, or the dad look or voice. Sometimes you've got to get a little firm with kids to get their attention. Sometimes you have to say, no, stop. And it's okay. It doesn't always, in the classroom, especially the virtual classroom, it doesn't always need to be your go-to, your very first tool that you pull out. But if you've done all these other things, you've busted out puppets, you've sung a song, and they still are all over the place, it's okay to say no, stop, sit. It's okay. And if it gets to that point and you've exhausted all your options and you're having to get stern with them, it's also okay to let the parent know about it. Now, if you teach for a company like VIP Kid, Online ESL, where you are required to submit parent feedback, you might have a little more practice with this. But on other classes, if you teach online, whether you're a brick and mortar teacher and you've just got a lot of virtual teaching going on right now, bless you, by the way, we're praying for you. Or if you teach for OutSchool, right? You don't have to give parent feedback after every lesson. But if you have had a behavior issue with your student, with their child, you want to communicate that, right? Especially with OutSchool, there's a recording available. A lot of parents like to go back and view that recording, see how their kid did they learn the material? Do they need help with anything? Did they behave? And so you want to communicate immediately to the parent, this is what happened in class today. Now, here's what I want to suggest. I do have another video about parent feedback specifically for VIP Kid where I mentioned my sandwich method. Okay, this is not unique to me, but it is one that I've learned and I use and it's worked wonderfully. So I want to share it here as well. Whether it's VIP Kid, OutSchool, classroom, typical school, but you're virtual, I want you to remember to sandwich your feedback. You're going to start with something positive. It was great to see Johnny in class today, or Johnny worked really hard to repeat sentences today. Whatever that first thing is, I want you to make it positive. And it may be a little difficult to come up with something positive if it wasn't a great class with Johnny that day, but try to come up with something. In the middle is where you can include, he really struggled with this today, or he was very distracted by playing with his toys, or we were unable to complete the lesson because he did not respond to teacher direction. Therefore, I'm unsure if he learned the content today. Those are all things you can include. And you don't want to be like, little Johnny was a total punk today and you need to get control of your kid. That's not gonna help anybody. So you want to leave it constructive. This is what he struggled with. This is what I would recommend. It might be good for Johnny to have a parent sit with him next class so he can stay focused. Or it might be good to review these concepts at home so that he's prepared for our next lesson. Or if he was really all over the place and got none of it, it might be good for Johnny to retake this class so that he can try again and learn the content. But I want you to wrap it up with something else positive. Like, I hope Johnny is ready to learn next time and I look forward to seeing him. Or I'm excited to see him in our next class. Or he's a really sweet boy and I know he can learn this material. Okay, something positive. So you're gonna have positive, your constructive, feedback, criticism that may not be so happy, and then another positive. Sandwich it in. So they start with something pleasant about their kid, they end with something pleasant, and it makes that middle section a little softer as it hits. So that's what I really recommend for parent feedback. Even if you don't have to give it, if you've had a difficult lesson with the student, I really recommend sending that to the parents so that they are aware of it. Some parents do not hang around while their kid is taking a virtual class. They're getting other things done. I know I've done that as a parent. My kids are a little bit older and I can let them take their class and go unload the dishwasher. Okay, I may not know that my kid was a total pain for however long he was sitting in class, and I want to know about that as a parent so we can address it and make sure it doesn't happen again. So again, if you're a parent, have that mindset as well. If it was your kid, would you want to know? How would the information best be relayed to you? And then put that into your feedback to the parent. All right, that's it for today. Just some quick tips because there have been a lot of questions about it. And I know a lot of that is just everyone, students, parents, teachers, we're all navigating something new and different. And so if you are not already in the online teaching world, but you feel like, I could do that, or I have something that would be great to teach, or I would like to teach kids in China, all of those things, just email me, mercifulmornings@gmail.com. I love helping people be able to work from home, and this is one of the best ways I know to do it. So let me know. You'll also see below, I have a free application checklist that you can grab for OutSchool if you're interested in looking at that. All right, that's it for today. If this was helpful, be sure to like it and share it with anyone else who might benefit from it. And I will see you guys next time. Remember, there's always hope, so choose joy. See you next time. Bye-bye.